Hey everybody, sorry I'm a couple minutes late. I just wanted to make sure my sound was working, and Lucy's having a fur ball. Hey, you having a fur ball? Poor little girl. Welcome to my live. If you're watching the replay, please feel free to skip ahead to where the project starts. Usually after I finish, I go back and I put a timestamp as to where we start actually working. Because we're going to be saying hello, we're going to be showing some stuff from last week, talking about what we're going to do today. Oh, hi Diane, hi Linda, hi Beth, hi Shannon. Hey everybody coming in, hi Dar. So this is Miss Lucy, hi Zen Jen, hi Anne, hi Janet Vichy Bonbon. Good to see you all. Hope everybody had a great week. Hi Dee Dee. Let's see. So I'm going to put her beside me. We'll see if she stays. Hi, Becky. Okay, you going to stay, Lulu? You going to stay? We'll see. I've got the door open, so at least I don't have to skedaddle. So the last week, what I've been up to. So I was inspired by Janet M. Young on her watercolor session on Monday to work on this. So I used a color palette, a Daniel Smith color palette from the, I guess they have the triad sets, which I didn't buy, but I had some of the colors. So the autumn triad has undersea green, Aussie red gold, and rose of ultramarine. So that's my little swatch. I kind of like my swatch better than my painting. And then I added some doodles. I just used the Jelly Roll Gold. Hi, Lizanne. Hi, Carol. And stay, Lulu, stay. And Janet did a piece inspired by Isolo Design. I have her book. It's a really great book. I haven't really done a specific project in it yet. Hi, Nana Mo. And Diane Bell was the one that sent me some of those embossed cardstocks, and she sent me the information from last week. So I did put some of the information that she sent me about those embossing folders in that description of that video. So thank you, Diane, for that. And then I've been working in my little pink book this last week. So I finished the cat and mushroom page, and I posted that to Instagram, possibly to Facebook. And I was watching Nicole Relax.cut.glue, and she had done a sticker page, and it was orange theme, and I thought, well, that would be fun to do in my pink book. So I did a pink and red theme sticker page. So that's what I did. And I posted that to her Facebook group. I didn't post this on my Instagram, so this is a sneaky peek if you haven't seen that. And I put like a little bow tie for the cat eyes here. I added glasses on the pig. Lucy's out of here. So that's lots of fun. So I don't know what my next page in that's going to be. And I did I found the frame, one of those clip frames at Michael's for it was on clearance, so it's $5 for the frame. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and stick this, one of my favorite gel prints into that. And I don't think it's necessarily, UV glass or anything, but I thought that would be cool. Eventually above the couch here, I want to have picture rails, picture shelves, so that I can put some of my stuff up there. Hi, Selena. And Carol said she was working on her sticker book. It was relaxing. Yes, it's very relaxing. Very relaxing. Okay, we're gonna go to the table. I've got some more stuff to show you guys from last week, as well as like a little organizational tidbit. So I'm gonna turn the camera around. If you get motion sick, please feel free to close your eyes for the next couple minutes there. All right. Ooh. So I took the time, cleaned all my gel plates that I think I'm gonna be using today with the baby oil, and conditioned them so they're ready to go. Someone didn't like last week that I took time to clean my plates in front of everybody. And I understand that, but I don't always clean them because sometimes I want the mucky muck. but today I'm not planning on using the Mucky Muck. So, all right. So this is an update of the color combo we did last time. I'm just going to pull up YouTube so I can see the chat. Hi, Nettie. Hi, Beth. I think I said hi to you, Beth. Okay. So, okay, I've got that going. So, you guys remember this one. Everybody thought this was their favorite. So I went ahead and I put it in my gel print keepers for 2025. And then one of the polls that we had done, I think to make this one, I went ahead and I doodled in the white space with a black Sharpie pen. And I add some mark making, and I really like that one. So that was lots of fun. And then I just went ahead and I stuck down these gel prints in this Delusions book that we're working on. And I think today I'm going to gel print directly into this book. So that's the plan. Sorry, I think I might have been off camera a bit. Oh, not too bad. And then yesterday I did some quick collages in my Lindy Kay book that she sent me, the Frank Lloyd Wright book. I'll show this last time, Frank Lloyd Wright. And it's a really nice big book. So I have some leftovers. So I had this page from a Nat Geo that I did sanding on top of. And I had this leftover stuff on the gel plate that I had pulled. And then I had won some stuff from Dee Dee Willingham, who's here in chat. And it was, I think they were from Poor Toast, right, Dee Dee? There was like 2 pieces, and I took one of them and I ripped it in. I made it kind of join that tree. And then I cut, there was a moon here. I hole punched it and I let the paper behind here show. So it's like a black and white of a house, and it had some trees. So I thought that was kind of neat. And then this was postcard bits that Dee Dee had sent me as well in my giveaway. So, all right. So that is, oh yeah, this is the moon that came out of there. And I wanted to put it in here, but it just didn't feel balanced. And originally my idea with this was I was gonna have this Nat Geo page, and I was just gonna stick this watercolor swatch with this little, I don't know, it's like, I think it's from foliage from Nat Geo, and I was gonna do that. But then once I had these pieces on, this didn't work anymore. So I'm gonna just put it in there. Dee Dee said, yeah, she's pretty sure those were Poor Toast. I think they were too. And then the leftover size of this, I've got in a little package ready to go. Before I talk about these cool ATCs I got, I just want to mention, Joe Lou, if you're watching, I still need your address so I can send you your Happy Mail. Oh, Selena, that is very, very kind of you. Wow, thank you so much. I don't think I've ever sent you anything. So if you want to send me your address, here's my email, and I'll send you a little goodie or something. Let me put my email address in here. Thank you so much. That's so kind and generous. Selena has awesome sari fabrics. Dee Dee uses her fabrics a lot, and they're very yummy. Thank you very much. I want to show these ATCs that I got from an ATC swap hosted by Joanne Newman and Keeks. So for example, I'm going to show them one at a time up close. And the theme was aliens and Egypt and aliens. And those are 2 of my favorite subjects. Well, thank you, Selena. So hosted by Keeks. Keeks has a channel on YouTube. Joanne doesn't, but she's the one who often sends me a lot of the ephemera that I do using my snark. So this is by, I think Joanne Newman made this card. And she put, like, she likes glittery things. So she put some glitter on that. And then this is by Joanne Newman as well. And she put some glitter in his green coffee. How cool is that? Hi, Heart House. Yes, please do, Selena. And this is from Janice Newman, who is Joanne's sister. And that's super cool. So ATCs, if you don't know, they're little pieces of art, 2.5 by 3.5, that people trade. This one is from Laverne Hodge. I love that cat and the eye and the UFO, and it's just awesome. This is like right up my alley. When my husband heard I was doing this, participating in this swap, he's like, well, that's what you sure like that. Joanne says, life is better with glitter. Hi, Jean. Yes, Joanne finds all the good ephemera. This is from Pam Jimerson. And I looked on Instagram, there's a few Pam Jimersons, so I'm not sure which one this is. But that is really fun. And that's got some gel pen glitteriness on it. Love it. This is from Jane Litterick. She has a YouTube channel. Alien Engineering. Hope these are showing up okay in the camera. They seem to be. This is from Keeks. So Keeks, her YouTube channel is Keeks Hunt, I think. And she's one of the hosts. And she put like a mirror there, like it's like a triangular mirror. Ancient alien theorists believe the gods were depictions of actual ETs, extraterrestrials. And she cut a hole in it. Very cool. This one is also from Keeks, and she did a series called, oh, I shouldn't say what it was, but like Freddy, something about Freddy the Alien. So here, there's some stickmen falling from that, or I was gonna say falling, but they're probably getting sucked up, right? They're getting sucked up into the UFO. And I excuse those ads that pop up in front of the chat. I don't know how to get rid of that. But look at that like paper. It's like reptilian symbolism there on that shiny paper. These are awesome. I love these. And then this is Dee Dee's, Dee Dee Willingham. I was excited to get one of Dee Dee's cards, and she made the back. Look at how pretty that is with that gold. And so here's her signature time. Very cool, Dee Dee. I love them. And then Joanne sent me a bonus ATC that she made with a little pug. So that's cute. And some bookmarks. This one makes me laugh. It's very Canadian fantasy. And then I think Utah sent her some extra goodies, stamps and stuff. Hi, Star Traveler. So some stamps, mostly from, I think, Czech or something, Republic. So that was my ATC swap. I showed the ones that I made. I showed them a while ago before I mailed them out. Okay, I'm going to put these, and then I'll put them back in the sleeve later. So put that over here. And then what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using alcohol inks. I'm going to put Jolu's card. Jolu, send me your address. I sent you an Instagram message, Jolu, so just reply with your address and I will mail that out to you. Hi, Belinda. Okay, so as you know, I don't always have everything fully planned. I have like a general concept and then I kind of go with the flow. So if you're expecting a full tutorial, this is probably not the stream for you. Hi, Lydia. But if you want to hang out with friends and chat and watch, you know, just some stuff happening, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, and I'm not in all chat. Let me go to all chat. All messages. Okay, so we're gonna use alcohol inks on the gel plate. So for example, this is my book of July postcard play from that Carry the Crafter challenge. So this, the background and her hair is alcohol ink on the gel plate. And then I used pan pastel on her face. I think that's it. And then I think I added some shading afterwards on her face. So that's, you know, different things you can get. This was pulled with gold paint. So you can get some really cool effects of alcohol ink on the gel plate. However, it will make your plates yellow. They'll still work. Hi, Apple. But you might want to add, like, condition them with baby oil or mineral oil after. So I use baby oil. I bought this at the dollar store and they had a dollar store brand, but I noticed when I looked at the ingredients, the dollar store brand did not have, where's the ingredients? It did not have mineral oil in it. So if you're buying a knockoff brand of baby oil, make sure it has mineral oil, because I don't know what the other chemicals can do. Yeah, it's a fun little photo book. And then I've got some other postcards in here that I made in 2024 as well. And I do have a flip through of the whole, all the postcards from the July postcard play. I believe it was in 2024. So there is a video of that. Okay, so my idea for today was I got inspiration from this card I did for day 12, where I did space and I used the baby powder as a resist. So this is one of my stencils in the background. And then this is some collage from one of those collage books. And this door was actually sent to me by Sophia Button. So I should really write on the back of these, but anyhow, I've got a video for each of these cards. If you want to see how a specific card is made, there is a video for that. Hi, Linda. Hi, Tim. Hope you're doing well. So I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to put that back on my shelf. So organization tip. I have some other alcohol ink ideas we're going to do today too, but this is the organizers from Tim Holtz, and they're kind of cool because your alcohol inks fit in here, and they fit in quite snugly because there's like a little, I don't know if you can see that, there's like a little, zoom in there a little bit. Let me just move this back a smidge. It's a little bit too close to my lap for my liking. Hope that looks good. So what I did is I swatched all my alcohol inks on photo paper. Speaking of photo paper, don't use glossy photo paper directly on your gel plate. You will tear a chunk out of your gel plate. So that's a disclaimer. So I've got them sort of, you know, oranges, rainbow color, orange, yellow, reds, pinks and purples, blues, aqua, green. And then in this one, I have more like some neutrals and then some extras that didn't fit over here, as well as some alcohol pearls. So they have like a shimmeriness to them, the alcohol pearls. And then these are ones that didn't fit over there as well. And then my favorite metallic in the alcohol inks are the pinatas. So I really like the pinata gold and the pinata copper. And these ones you have to shake, the pearlescent ones you have to shake. And then there's this foundry one, which I don't like it. I don't think I would use it on the plate. And then this white one, which I really haven't used much. It's got a mixative in it. You have to shake it really well. I haven't really used it, so. That's how I store my alcohol inks. These pearlescent ones and the metallic, I also swatched them on a piece of black glossy cardstock so that I can pick my color and I know where to put it. I know where to get it from. I know where to put it. Now, sometimes there's resin in these alcohol inks, so never put alcohol inks in a spray bottle because the resin, if it aerosolizes, is that a word? If it gets in the air, you could breathe it into your lungs. Also, just alcohol inks in general are quite smelly, so you might find that you might want to wear a mask and have ventilation. So I'm just opening, getting a bit more light here. Hi Jane, I showed your ATC card. So you might want to wear a mask or have your windows open just to, you know, because they are smelly, but do not spray them. However, I've been told, where did I put it? Or I heard that you can spray just plain alcohol. So I do use this on the Gelplate. This is not 70% though. This I've added, I ran out of the 70%, I added the 99, and then I top it up with a bit of water. So I don't know what percentage it is. Airborne, yes. Aerosol, droplets, or whatever. So, and same with baby powder. You don't want to be, you know, breathing that in. Some people also use cornstarch for this resist technique. So I use that. You can use your blender solution. The blender solution though, again, you don't spray it because it has resin in it as well. So I don't tend to use this on the Gelplate very much. I do have some alcohol in this needle nose bottle, which is good for just adding to the Gelplate if I just want like a few drops of plain. So I don't tend to use the blending solution on the Gelplate, but I think you could, you just wouldn't want to spray it. You can use these little Tim Holtz poofy things to move it around. I also have a makeup air brush that I don't really use, but you can use that on the Gelplate or on Yupo paper or whatever. And the other thing I like to do with the Gelplate is use this alcohol lift ink. So use it to lift color from non-porous surfaces. So you can get things like this. So this stamp here, I had a bunch of inks on the Gelplate. I used these Dina Wakley stamps to put the alcohol lift ink on it and then stamped off from the Gelplate. That being said, I don't know if from the Gelplate, if you could just get the same effect by just spraying your stamp with alcohol and then lifting it up. So if you're not using a Gelplate and you have it on like Yupo or something, then definitely, you know, the alcohol lift ink is good for that. So I grabbed out this stamp, which is fun. And I also grabbed out some other things. So if it's a solid stamp, it definitely works better, I think, for the alcohol lift ink. So like this feather here. I thought this cat would be fun with alcohol ink. So Diane says she needs to get an airbrush because the puffer is too hard on your hands. Yeah, the airbrush, you can get a really inexpensive one. That's like a cheap makeup one. Mine's kind of buried. I would show it to you, but it's sort of buried in my stash. Okay, I need, my allergies are not good. I just need to give my nose a little wipey woo. So we're gonna get started. And I think I mentioned that alcohol inks will make your plate yellow, but they still work, but it does dry them out a bit. And let me put the stamps over there. We'll probably do the stamping last. Let me get a piece of paper. Thanks, Dar. Dar, you're so good with those links. So I'm going to be moving these off to the side, but just know this is where I'm getting them from. And then this you can actually tuck right in the lid like that. So you have the lid there, and then you can see where everything goes. When it's closed, I put this on top and I do that so that I know which one I'm pulling inks from. Yeah. The pitch black is very interesting. So we're definitely going to use the pitch black and some other ones. So I'm going to just put this over here. And I think we're going to try to use this directly in this dilutions book. All right. What did Nettie say? Oh, thanks, Nettie. Okay, so thanks for coming, everybody. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. And I did just, you know, I used the baby oil. I gave it a firm scrub with the baby wipe, and then I put more baby oil on it, rubbed it, and I just let it set, and the baby oil absorbed into the plate. So it's really sticky again, which is good. All right, let's see if I can line up my plate here. Hi, Jackie. So the first print I'm going to do is just going to be alcohol ink, and then maybe we'll do some stamp off, add more alcohol ink, and then we're going to do like a space page using the resist with the baby powder. And then if we have time, I'm going to use alcohol ink with stencils on the gel plate. Make sense? Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. If you put it in uppercase, in caps, I'm more likely to see it. I will not think that you're yelling at me. I promise. Okay. The other thing I use the spray for is to get the ink off the stencil. So we'll probably get to that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start putting alcohol inks on here willy-nilly. Now I think I'm going to put a drop sheet over my nice paper because I think it would stain my fancy schmancy Okay, Carol, have fun gluing. So just dripping that on. If you want to protect your hands, wear gloves because this will stain your hands. Okay, so we got the black. I think I'll just use the ones, I'm just going to put them in front of me, the ones I use. So black. So I'm thinking space, so I'm thinking purples. So what I'll do is I'll show you the color that I'm picking. Let's use this Vineyard. What brand are my inks? Most of them are Ranger, and some of them, they have the name of the color here, but some of them have the name of the color up here. It's just quite annoying. And when you're trying to buy packs of them at like Michael's, sometimes you can't even see what the name of the color is. See this one? There's no color information on the front. You have to go over here, and this one's Eggplant. So depending on when they were made. Okay, so purple. So you can't really tell the difference there. Let's do some Wild Plum. And if it gets stuck and you can't open it, you can use one of these paint openers that you can get at the art store, and then it gives you kind of push down, and if you squeeze and push down, then it opens. Who's having a play date? I want to know. Okay. Oop, see, I got some on there, so I'm just gonna roll it off. I don't like to waste product. Roll it off there. So that's pretty good to start. You can also use Texture Junkies. She calls this her secret sauce. So she uses 50% hand sanitizer spray and 50% gel. It's a little bit thicker, but I don't think I'll use that today. I'm just gonna use the spray. So I'm going to spray that, and I'm going to brayer it. I just want it to spread randomly. So I'm going to use the sprayer here, and I'm just going to kind of do this. I feel like we should add maybe some blue. So this is kind of like our base. And you do have to let the paint dry, or the ink dry, before you try to pick it up. Okay, let's add some cobalt. So Joanne and Jane are gonna have a play date in Saskatoon. How awesome is that? And this is where you see the magic happen. You can see the ink spreading out. Hi, Cynthia. And then I can use my little drippy dripper, which is just plain alcohol ink, and I can like make it spread more. So this kind of looks like an amoeba right now. I'm gonna add more black, pitch black. So this one we're just doing straight on the plate. We're not gonna use a stencil yet. So where it's yellow, that's where the alcohol, plain alcohol, spread it. Hi, Lizanne. Okay. Now I'm thinking, when I did this one, I don't remember. I think we need a lighter blue. So let's use this. Oh, I didn't write down what color that is. That is patina. I'm going to write that down. Patina. All right, so I'm just going to drip that maybe where there's some openings in the middle. And then I'm going to spray, hi Penka, from up here. I'm going to move my thing over, and it's going to kind of give us that sort of speckled look. Now this is a good time to use one of these stamps. Let's try, this is a Moon to the Moon stamp from Stampin' Up. And, oh, this isn't, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, I need a stamp block. And I remember I just put them away somewhere. Where did I put them? I thought I need to put this somewhere where I know where it is. That's the problem when you reorganize, is that you can't remember where you put things. I thought I put it there. Okay, well I can't find it at the moment, but I have this glass block. We'll just use that. So I'm going to test this. I don't even know, because there's so much alcohol on there, I bet you, get a foam stamp, a foam for stamping. I bet you we can just, let's try one just where it's wet, just putting it down, picking it up. Let's see if that comes off. So it doesn't fully come off. What if we spray alcohol on the stamp? It's a bit better. Okay, I just saw my blocks. They're right in front of my face. Right in front of my face. So, it didn't quite fully come off. Let's spray it again. I'll just spray it right here. There, so that comes off more. I'm going to move myself over a bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. So that was the first one, that was the second one, that was the one I just did. And it will go through. If you have that much alcohol on it, it's gonna go through. Okay, now I'm gonna just make this a fair test. I'm gonna stamp this off one more time, and then I'm gonna wipe off all the extra alcohol. Okay, so now I'm gonna get a baby wipe. And I'm gonna just try to wipe this off. And it looks like it might stain my stamp, but that's okay. I don't think that's a big deal. Okay. All right, now let's try the alcohol lift ink and see if we get a better result. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, just a smidge. So the alcohol lift ink, I'm just doing that. Let's go here. I can't decide if it comes off better. It's very thick there, so maybe that was... I'm just putting some alcohol on here to clean it off a little bit more. So we're going to get to like more gel plating stuff in a minute. I just wanted to do this while I had the ink fully on the plate. Let's try a different stamp. Let's try this jellyfish. On this one, there's a cool little jellyfish. And I have done this with my foam stamps before, but I don't know if it wrecks them. So I'm going to spray this. And I'm going to go here where there's lots of ink. So I don't know if you're doing on the gel plate. I'm not convinced you need the Liftoff ink. I'm not sure. Let's go here where there's some blue. So I like the blue. And I think this stamp actually had some black archival ink stuck on it, which I think is coloring it as well. Let me just spray it. Just give it a better wipe. And let's do stamp, stamp, stamp. Let's go here. Reminds you of the rainbow pads. Cool. See that? I think these were dark because there was black ink on the stamp itself. So that's, see how that's pretty? That's really pretty. I like that. I don't think I'm just gonna keep that. Maybe I'll cut it out someday. You know what? I'm gonna use better quality paper. I think that will give us a better image. Let's do our Starman because he was very popular. First time I did him was on, I think, a stream with Colleen and Kathy. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks, I'm just going to spread this a bit more. Thinks he'd blow your mind. Yeah, that's how I got that sort of model-y look. I'm going to just do a couple more stamps and then we'll roll it out and we'll do our journal page. I don't want to put any jellyfish on him. And then I think when I did this, I had stamped off and then I left the image and then I picked it up. So there. So that's kind of cool, hey? Let's spray this with alcohol. So that's more, because I sprayed it with the alcohol, it's more muted. And I feel like it's dark because, again, I think I have some black archival ink on there. I'm just giving this a little bit of a wipe. I don't know if you guys can see me stamping. You can't really see what I'm doing down here, can you? So I'm stamping the alcohol lift ink. And again, I'm not convinced that this is better than just spraying alcohol. I'm not sure. And we'll just spray off. We'll do one more stamp of that, and then I want to try the cat. So that's cool. Okay, and let's try. I'll try this cat. I think this is like, it's not a very expensive stamp set, but I like cats. I have a dog, but I used to have a cat, and I like cats and dogs. Okay, so I'm going to brayer this. I'm going to spray it and just kind of spread it out again. But you could pick that up and you'd have that image. I should show you that, shouldn't I? Maybe we'll do it after. I want to do my space page. So I'm just going to brayer that around. It's not really filling it in. We might have to do that. Let's add a bit more blue. These would be fun on the washi paper. I wonder, that's a good, we'll have to test that. Okay, I'll do the cat. Here it's pretty, let's go right here. So here's our cat. So that was a stamp that didn't have any black ink on it. Isn't that cute? It's a little space cat, and see how much of that came off. So I don't think you need a gel plate to do this. Yes, medical exam paper, tissue paper, but see, that's pretty cool. All right, I think it's better on the higher quality paper. This is the 32-pound paper, and this is the 28-pound copy paper. I just think you get a better quality on this paper. It's more absorbent or something. All right, let's, thanks, Jane. Some people don't like that so much, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so I'm hoping, I wanted to still use this for my space page. So I'm gonna add a bunch more alcohol ink on there. And if we have time, we can come back to the whole stamping thing. We could try stamping. I think on the washi paper might be interesting. My only question is it absorbent enough? I'm not sure. All right, so I'm going to give this a good spray. Because I want to kind of get back to my space background. So I'm just going to kind of try to mix it all up. We might have a starman or a kitty cat or a moon in there, but we'll see. So I'm just kind of starting with the blank-ish canvas. Now you guys know that alcohol ink goes through, right? So alcohol markers go through, alcohol ink goes through. So the benefit of doing, I think, of doing the alcohol ink on your gel plate is you pick it up with acrylic paint and then it doesn't go through. So we'll show you that in the journal. So this is, I'm just going to reapply cobalt blue. I want to kind of lighten it up a little bit. And then this, I don't remember what the color was. Wild plum. I'm almost out of this one. And then I think we got enough purple. Let's add some patina. That could be maybe browning things out because that's more of a green color, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to just do some, while it's still really wet, I'm going to kind of sploosh it around a bit because I want it to look kind of like a galaxy. Now I got to get the edges a bit more. Squash berries. Maybe around the edge we'll do the pitch black. Get that little spray. So I'm going to use the pitch black. And the metallics look pretty cool too. Like the metallic, not metallic, the pearlescent colors. I don't like the Ranger metallics, but I do like the Pinata metallics. Okay, so I'm going to just, which I think I showed, so I'm just going to kind of spray that. Not spray it, but smoosh it. Now this is really thick, really thick. And then I'm going to just spray it with the alcohol, and I'm going to let it set before we pick it up with the paint. Okay, so I'm just going to do just from a distance, and like not right on. I'm going to kind of go from a distance and let it kind of fall. So we get kind of like a star. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside and let that dry. Hi, Kristen. We're playing with alcohol inks, ouch, on the gel plate today. Now, so that's my yellow plate. And this is how much I love you guys. I'm sacrificing my non-yellow plate for you guys. All right. So this one, that's going to be our star one. This one's going to be, we're going to use a stencil. Now, I was watching my friend Linda Stampenscape, and she was doing a card, and she made it look like Northern Lights. And that gave me an idea, Linda, if you're still here, is I'm going to make this try to look like Northern Lights. So I'm going to put black down first, and I'm going to spread this black. And I'm going to put this on here like so, and then we're going to lift up some of that paint, and we're going to fill the spaces with the alcohol ink. You like that, Jen? A lot of people don't like the ring light, seeing the ring light, but it does give a nice illumination. Okay, so we're just picking up the spaces. This is the stencil here, Aromatic Musings, 9x12. And I'm hoping to get my stamps from this month soon. Hopefully we can play with them next week. I was really happy with them. So that's that. And I want to get a little bit more of that out. I need another piece of paper. That's pretty good. Now we're going to leave the stencil in place. And this is a previously used stencil. However, yeah, I haven't used the other side. I should have put it this side down because with the UPO, the non-paint side paper is going to pick up some of the paint, but that's okay. I think that's good. All right, so now I'm thinking I'm going to do like Northern Lights up here. So I'm going to do green up here, and then we'll do purple down here, and maybe blue in the middle. So greens, here's our cheat, our thingy. Let's do botanical. And so up here we do get the Northern Lights, and when we see them, they're quite green. They're kind of like these green colors. I know some places the Northern Lights are more of a purple, so we'll do purple here. So it could be, maybe you could switch it whichever way you want. Bye, Nanamo. Okay, so let's do botanical and Everglades. So this is Everglades and botanical, and they were actually in the right spot. Now this is, see, it's that the resin that glues it shut if you have it dripping. So I'm going to use this, and usually I can open it. There we go. So we're going to do, maybe I'll put some of this on first. Okay, botanical. Enjoy your dinner, Nanamo. And then this is Everglades. This is a little bit darker. And I think the shape of the stencil gives me Northern Lights vibes. It's really hard to think of words sometimes when you're streaming, so I apologize if you're like, why can't she talk? It's like your brain just goes numb sometimes. Okay. Okay, and then let's use a bit of the pitch black. Oh, I want some green there. Thanks, Linda. You inspired me. You inspired me today. A little bit there. It is hard to drop like a small amount. So everybody check out Linda's stream from today if you want to know how to do Northern Lights using inks and blending brushes, like ink pads. She did a great demo today. Okay, I'm going to use pitch black along the outside. And then I'll show you guys how I use up the alcohol ink that's still on my stencil, because I don't like to waste product. Okay, and then we're going to do purple in the bottom half. So we have our vineyard color. That's this one. And then maybe we'll do wild plum. Oh, we did wild plum. Let's do boysenberry or twilight. Purple twilight. That sounds cool. Reminds me of the Twilight series of movies, right? With Edward and Bella. So that is the vineyard, and then we're going to get out the purple twilight. Now, if you're getting those pop-up ads in chat, I did not put those in there. I apologize. YouTube has its own little thing that it likes to do. Let's do blue in the middle. I usually see them once or a few times a year. We used to live on an acreage, so we'd see them quite often there. It's a bit harder in the city to see them. Thanks, Dar, for linking Linda's channel. She's one of my local good friends. Okay, let's see how that's looking. Let's do pitch black here. And okay. I'm going to spray this a bit. Now I'm going to be picking this up with a light color, so there's going to be areas where it's going to show through, but I'm hoping oh, we watched a scary movie. If you like, I never really liked scary movies, but I think I'm getting desensitized. We watched 28 Days Later, and it was like a zombie movie. I'm gonna put a bit of eggplant in the middle here. So if you like scary movies, it was interesting. Ooh, Heart House says that Kristen, what's her name again from the Twilight series? Kristen, I can't think of her name. Stewart, Kristen Stewart. She's saying that she came into her salon when they were filming the Twilight movies. That's cool. Hi, Christina331. So this is just a little bit of eggplant, just to add something there. And here, let's add a little bit of the blue. Okay, so you can see the stencil is covered in alcohol ink. So I'm going to show you a trick for that. I'm just going to put all my inks up here. I like to put the lids on right away. You don't have to, but I like to in case they fall over. Yeah, I didn't think scary movies were for me, but all right. So what I do is I'm going to take this off. Well, I should let that dry a bit more though. That's pretty good. So I'm going to take this off. And we're going to let that dry before we do our pickup. I'll just show you guys one more time. So this is my version of Northern Lights. But I'm going to pick it up with a light color. So there's going to be lots of white splotches there. Okay, so I'll let that dry. And our other one's getting dry. You know, I'm going to get my little fan out and put it over on the island with the other one that's drying. Okay. Now I'm going to use, I have this glassine bag. When PM Artist Studio sends you stencils and stamps, they put them in these glassine bags. So I'm going to spray this with alcohol, with the rubbing alcohol, whatever, and I'm going to put it on there, and it's going to transfer that design onto there. Now this is where my hands get messy. I'm going to put gloves on, just a second. Let me put gloves on. Now I still have black paint that's dry, that's wet underneath. which I should probably wipe off, but let me just put some gloves on first. And you can do this on tissue paper. I've never done it on glassine, so that's why I want to try it. But you can do it on tissue paper, tracing paper, regular paper. So I looked that up, Jean. So Cillian Murphy, he's actually executive producer in the first one, but he's going to be starring in the second one that's coming out in January. I really like him. I can't say his name, but I like him. Okay, so I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna spray this, and then I'm gonna lay it down on top of this. Yeah, he's awesome. Now I'm just gonna smush it because, like I said, this paint's still wet. So that's just the black paint from the underside of the stencil. And that didn't do as well as I thought. Maybe I didn't have enough spray. I'm going to spray it again. Often when I do this with tissue paper is I'll put the tissue paper on top of the stencil and then spray it from the top side, but glassine paper isn't absorbent. There we go, that's a bit better. So you get like a little pattern on there. That's on the glassine paper. That would make a nice little gift bag or something. Or an envelope, you could turn it into an envelope. I'm gonna use some tissue because there's still lots of ink left on there. So I'm just going to grab the tissue paper. You can use colored tissue paper. I'm just going to use white. This isn't wet strength or anything. It's just regular tissue paper. And then you can spray on top. And the ink will come through. But only if there's ink to be had. So this is getting a bit smelly in here. I should really open a window or wear a mask. That would be my... So it's bright blue. There's no alcohol ink there. There we go. Now I've got a bit of black on there. So here... There's our tissue paper. We're gonna let that dry. So that's the tissue paper. And the nice thing about tissue paper is it doesn't react with water. So once this dries, I could tear it up, and even though this is not wet strength tissue paper, I could collage it into something and this would totally disappear. Ah, my fan blew it a little bit. Okay. Hopefully I will remember where everything is to show you. And there's still some on there. So the other thing you can do is you can wipe it off. So if you, so that was sort of like a dry off. This is, you can also wipe it off onto paper or tissue. But I would do this part, I would do like this on paper because on the tissue, it's gonna just, you're rubbing it, it's probably gonna rip. So I just spray to release the ink and then I just rub. It was 28 days. It took us 3 nights to watch it because we watched it during the week. Actually, I think we started on Sunday, but it was getting kind of late. So yeah. And then you can use your baby wipes. My baby wipe fabric. You can use your baby wipes as, once it dries, as fabric. All right. So how many prints can we get? So there, see how that alcohol ink, and it goes through to the other side because it's alcohol. But that's kind of cool. So we get lots of prints from one. Hey, View. Okay, so now our other thing is dry. So let's pull it. This one we're going to put right into the art journal. So I'm going to pull this with a light color, and it looks like there's going to be lots of white spaces showing through. Let's see. Some people say resourcefulness, Nanamo. Some people say thriftiness. We pay good money for these products. We want to get our money's worth. So I'm not using the baby powder yet. We're gonna put this onto here. So it should fit. Let's see. It'll fit. Okay. So I'm going to use a light color. I'm thinking maybe even I could use this. Because I want it to look like sky, like night sky. Let's use that. Okay, I'm running out of room here. I'm gonna just move this up there. So if anybody sees Jo Lou, you tell her to let me respond to me on Instagram to let me know her address, her mailing address, so I can send her her happy mail that she won last week. Ooh, well that came out well. Just gonna so hopefully this won't be too bright. I do still want it to look like a night sky. Maybe I should have pulled it with black, but then I don't think the alcohol ink would show up unless you use the pearlescent alcohol inks, which we could try if we have time. We could try something with that. And I need a brayer off paper. Brayer off paper. Okay, the metallics dry fast, so hopefully that didn't take too long. And I'm just going to splooch it down on there. This would have been better if I had used the plate that had the acrylic, because then I could have stamped it. But I think I smushed the paint there a little bit. Here, Jolu. Oh, yay, you're here. Yeah, so if you on Instagram, I sent you a message requesting your address, and then I can send you your happy mail card. Good to see you. I didn't see you come in. That's so funny. Maybe subconsciously I saw you come in because it came into my brain. So I'm gonna put that aside, let that dry. Okay, now let's see. This other one's our Northern Lights. Looks pretty good. This one we're gonna pick up. I was thinking we're gonna pick it up with white because we've got the green, we've got blue, we've got purple, we've got some black. So let's use the metallic white. I just see a couple spots that are still wet. That's okay, Jolu. I just don't want you to think I forgot about you. And now I need to go this way again. So at Peanut Butter Studio, we were talking about alcohol inks on the gel plate, and Mariah's saying she thinks it dries the plate out, and I think I agree with that. So I think from now on, when I use the alcohol inks on the gel plate, I will always do a condition with my baby oil after. Okay, so this one, let's use our metallic white, shall we? I hope I've been in camera, in frame, because I think my thing must have tilted a bit because it seems like it's getting further and further away from me. Okay, so let's see how this looks with the white. This is just the cheapo Artist Loft acrylic metallic white. Ah! That's what happens when you hit the edge. Living on the edge. So some of the pink mixed in with my acrylic, but that's okay. That's okay. And we're gonna put our paper. I don't have my paper ready. I could have put this on black paper, but I think that might have been neat to try. I think I can take these gloves off now. I kind of forgot I was wearing them. Okay, so that's going to look something like that. More of an abstract Northern Lights. We'll let that dry. It's giving a little rub. Let me put my fan over here. Okay, let's see. I don't know that this is dry yet. Actually, it's pretty dry. So here's our space background. I like it. It's very, I think the PBO metallic underneath was a good call. See, that came off really cleanly. It's very dry where I live. I'll show you guys that up close. I like it a lot. You can see, isn't that cool? And because it was picked up with acrylic paint, the back, you don't get the bleed through. I'm going to see if I can lift this up a bit. This is too, there we go. It's getting too far from me. Star says she likes the tiny dots in between the spaces. Yes. Very star-like, right? Look at that. Oh. Now you guys aren't going to like what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take black paint, put the baby powder, and then I'm going to smush it in the middle. And we're going to hopefully have a galaxy here. So maybe let me do the one that's more like a stamp so I can place it. So that's my plan, is I'm going to cover up a lot of that. So I'm going to hold it up so I can maybe take a screenshot later. Screenshot. Because a lot of that's going to go away. It's so pretty though. So pretty. But we can do it again. We have the technology. Okay, so I'm not sure, I've only done the baby powder a few times. And I'm not sure if it's gonna stay, I don't really want it to stay white. I want the galaxy to show through. So I'm hoping I can brush off the baby powder. Hi, Robin. Okay, so let's be brave. We can use black. I also have a graphite color. Where is it? This graphite color. I wonder if that would be less, no, let's just do black. We're gonna go for it. This was my concept. I'm gonna stick to it. Unless, ooh, wait a second. Wait a minute. We're winging it. What if we use this round plate to do our galaxy, because it won't take up as much real estate? Should we do that? Just do like a mini galaxy in the middle, and then we'll see. Then we can be more brave for the next one. Yes, the baby powder acts as a resist. Let's try it with this one. We're switching our plan. I have other little shapes we can use if we like this. Okay, so this is the black Amsterdam. The first time I did this, I did it the wrong way. I put the baby powder down first, which doesn't work. It doesn't resist anything. Where's my brayer? Here it is. Oh, it's got a bit of white left in it. I'm gonna just take that off. Okay, let's use a different brayer. So we're gonna put black paint on. And then I'm gonna take my baby powder and I'm gonna make it like a little galaxy. Let me just move this over here so I don't get baby powder right on there. Okay, and I'm going to try to just kind of sprinkle it like on a diagonal. So my hope is that the color underneath is going to show through, but we might just have like little white splotches. But that's okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, so we got white. Now I'm hopeful when that dries that we can blow some of that white away, because right now I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, people. So once it dries, I'm going to take a baby wipe and see if I can wash off some of that white. Like over here. See, I can wipe up the baby powder. Because that's alcohol ink. Some of it comes off, but just because there's excess. All right, so once that dries, I'm going to go in and see if we can wipe this off. But if not, it's no, you know, at least we did a smaller section. We could maybe draw a window. We could put a little astronaut out there. And is it, are we looking into, from one galaxy into another? Ooh. Let me find a little astronaut sticker. Okay, let's let that dry and then we'll put a little astronaut in there. Let's lift this one up. And then we can use this to do more prints. Let me just move this out of the way. So here's our abstract northern lights. See how it's really yellow there where the green was? whatever color you use, it does make it yellow, but I can use a baby oil to clean that up. I'll show you in a second. So that's our print. And because we use the white metallic, we get kind of a shimmeriness behind it. A photobombing alien face. That would be funny. So I like that. Thank you, Linda, for the Northern Lights inspiration. And then we combined it with my stencil from a few months ago called Aromatic Musings. And then we'll show you all the other things that we pulled in terms of the getting the ink off of the... Okay, so that seems to be dry. I might stick that down over here in this book. Oh, I got some yellow on the back. I could cut that down and stick it there. That would go good together. I'll just show you. Actually, let's try to dab that off and see. Ooh, we can see the color underneath. Ooh, I like it. I'll show it to you in a second. Now we might need to add some white splatters now because it doesn't look as... Okay, so here is... So that did do what I thought it would do after all. I just had to wipe some of the baby powder. Can you see the colors on there? So it's actually the color from underneath. And even here I could wipe off. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place here. Here I can just wipe off. I'm just kind of dabbing off the baby powder. I hope I haven't been saying baby oil. Baby powder. There we go. There's our little galaxy. Okay, I'm gonna just wipe this off and then we'll get our sticker and then we'll do a ghost print with that circle somewhere. So I just spread the baby oil, this baby oil. Maybe we should call this stream Space Baby Space. Hi, Paula. Oh, I have to show you. You were hidden. Okay, and then you take your baby wipe and it should get some of that yellow off. Wow, that green is highly staining. So I'll have to do a few passes to get that yellow. Do you see the yellow there? To get that yellow off. But even so, it's not going to affect how my plate works. So I'm just going to put some baby oil on there and let it sit. Okay, let's just do that. So if you like things to be stay neat and tidy and you don't like things to get stained, then don't use your alcohol inks on your gel plate. I'm going to just put that aside. I'll clean that after the stream. And it might, you know, the yellow on there might take a while to come off. Okay, let's find our astronaut. Do you guys like that idea to put a little astronaut in here? Or maybe he's on the outside trying to get in. This is a sticker book that D.D. Willingham recommended. Has lots of like little astronauts and stuff, right? Different sizes. I want him sort of floating. There's a starman waiting in the sky. Ooh, or maybe, do they have any opposite? I could put this little one. I'd have to trim. Maybe he's reaching up. I could trim him off. He's reaching up, and then maybe there's one inside that's like, hey, buddy, get me out of here. I don't know, Paul, I don't know why your messages are getting flagged. It's really weird. Should we do that? Do you guys like that? Should I fussy cut those? Put them in there? Like this guy's kind of hanging on the portal, and this guy's like, wait. I wish he was a little bit smaller, or this one was a little bit bigger. Let's see, is there a bigger one? Probably is. Let me just see. Yeah, this guy's a bit bigger. See, this guy's a little bit bigger than that one, so I could do that. That's kind of fun. Okay, I'm gonna just put them there for a second. And this is the ISBN for this book. If you want over 400 irresistible, reusable, and collectible stickers to mix, match, and trade. 97806. Oh, nope, let's try it again. 9780761179658. Okay, so I'm going to fussy cut that in a second, but first I'm going to cut this puppy down. Or should I put this print in my keepers, my Gelplate keepers folio? Maybe I'll do that. Sorry, I'm just cutting this down. So I could put it there, but I think instead of doing that, I might put it in my Jelly Print Keepers pile. Carla, hi Carla, she says she has the dinosaur book and the Christmas one. So maybe I'll put those in there. I'll put that in there. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll save that for, but we could maybe over here, we could put like a spaceman. I could cut him out, or a cat, or we could put the jellyfish in space instead of the astronaut, but then I'd have to cut him. I don't know if I have a die cut for that. All ideas, but I think I definitely want to do my astronauts. So let's fussy cut. Keeper, all right, Zen Jen, we will put that in the keeper. Oh, before I fussy cut, let's do something with this. We could put this over here. Should I center it? I don't know. Or maybe we put it in another, let's just do it on another page. So this is black. Let's pick it up with, it almost looks like a moon, doesn't it? What if we did silver and put it on a black piece of paper? Question mark? I'm not sure. See, doesn't it look like the moon? You guys can see that? And then where those dots are, let's do purple. Purple on white. Let's do this. Let's get the dioxazine purple. or maybe more of a blue if it's the moon. I'm starting to get decision fatigue, people. Let's do the Prism Violet. And then maybe we'll kind of cut it out, make a collage with these other ones over here on the other page. So this Gelplate, this little round one, is, I'm going to give you a measurement. It's not, okay, I got to get the paint. I don't know if it went all the way over. Okay, let that sit. This is a 4-inch round. So Shannon, are you, Art Junkie, are you going to be streaming after me today? Okay, let's let that sit, and let's fussy cut our, oopsie, I bent my print. And let's fussy cut our astronauts. So I don't know if you guys remember, this was stamping off onto here, but you can leave the stamp off and then you'll see the image. I'm going to see, oh, where was that one? I feel like it was in here. I'm going to look for it and I'll show you guys next time. I have a journal page somewhere where I did, I'll have to find it. I have a journal page where I stamped off that figure, and then I did the pickup and had the leftover, but I don't remember where it is, but I'll try to show it to you next time. The Gelprinting Keeper book, it's one of those portfolios. I did buy it from Amazon, so let me make a note to link it. I bought it from Amazon Canada, obviously, but I saw them, I've seen them at Staples. So I'm going to write link, oh, that's not working. Link portfolio. Okay. All right, let's fussy cut this and glue her on. Where is my scissors? These are my favorite fussy cut scissors. So Shannon says that she is coming on today at 5:15 Eastern. So if you're watching the replay and you made it this far, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, do all those YouTubey things. Thank you again to Selena from Amour Fabrics for the lovely super chat. Please check out her channel, especially if you love fabrics and sari fabric. She has some great stuff. This is, so we're gonna have to use Eileen's tacky to glue this guy down. And instead of fussy cutting out where his tube meets his body, I'm just gonna paint that in with black, or like a black marker, like a Sharpie. So you don't always have to put words with your journal pages. This one I'm probably gonna I might put some lyrics, like a David Bowie lyric, Starman or something, or I might just leave it. And I'm using this in a journal. If you use alcohol inks, they do not, should I put them on the outside? Sorry, they're not light fast. Okay, so this one's going to be hanging. Should I have this guy like on top, or should I have him in the bubble? I think I should have him in the bubble. Let's just do it. I'm gonna just glue him in. And this will be our, I think we'll make this page our thumbnail for today. So Dart put in Art Junkie's channel if you want to check her out. She does mixed media and coloring, and she's a fellow Canadian. So there's that. Okay. All right, let's cut this. So I used the Eileen's Tacky Glue, and then I spread it out with the Elmer All-Purpose to make it smooth. And then I just stuck it down. And if you love space, like I love space, check out the beginning of the stream. I showed my ATC cards that I got from the swap hosted by Keeks and Joanne. It was aliens and Egypt and aliens. So that's a really fun, to me, that's a super fun topic. I really enjoyed it. I loved all the cards I got. Thank you again to Joanne and to Keeks for hosting that. And I'm very sorry that we're getting these pop-up chat blocking ads. YouTube is always changing things. And again, as a reminder, if you're this far, you've already gone through it all. But when I upload, when I've done my stream, it uploads to YouTube, but I can't adjust the ads until it fully renders, which for me happens in the middle of the night. So when I wake up in the morning, YouTube has added a bunch of gazillion ads to my video, and then I have to go in and delete about, oh gosh, how many ads do I delete? 10 in a 2-hour video. I delete 10 ads. I keep about one every half hour, so I keep about 4 ads usually. Just cause, I mean, I think, you know, I feel like if there's ads in my video, YouTube's more likely to recommend it. That's kind of the main reason I keep the ads in. I figure they want to be, if I'm monetized, they want to be, you know, getting their buck. Hi, Lizzie Jean. Good to see you. Next Wednesday, I'm going to be a guest on Messy Dye's channel, or Messy Palette, she's called. Messy Palette. I call her Messy Dye. She's in Australia, and we're going to be on, I'm going to be on her channel next Thursday evening. I can't remember the time, but I'll mention it again next week at my live. Next Wednesday, I'll mention it, and I'll post. I try to post in my community tab. If you didn't see the stream that I did with Biddy Penny, please check that out. So this guy's kind of hanging on there. The vastness of space. Okay, and I just need a black Sharpie to color in those tubes here. And this guy doesn't have any spots to color in. Let's pull this. So there's our ghost print. Now I wonder if that's the baby powder. I wonder if I rub that, if we're gonna expose some stuff below. Just curious, if I dab that, will the baby powder come off, or is it stuck on there now? It seems like it's stuck with the paint. So I'm just going to give it a rub just to see. Yeah, so the first pull, you can rub off the baby powder because it's on the surface. But the second pull, it's got paint on both surfaces now. So the black was what I had. So I had black on here, baby powder, and then we stuck it on here and picked it up. So the baby powder that was left on here had black underneath it. So now that black that was underneath it is now on top, sealing it in. So when I picked it up with purple, that black stays there, but it's cool texture. Can you guys see that? It's kind of like a purple moon. Thanks, Dar. And then we could cut out some of these guys. Maybe the cat sitting in the moon would be cool. Which one? I'm not gonna fussy cut him yet, but this cat's just a cheap stamp. I have done this stamping off with my foam stamps in the past. I was gonna get to that today, but I just didn't. But I just worry that you're gonna wreck your foam stamps because I don't know what the chemistry of the alcohol lift ink or the alcohol itself does. I'm willing to risk it and just clean my stamp right away. So what we did here with the photopolymer stamps, I think you can do with the foam stamps. I have done it before, but I don't want to be responsible if anybody's foam stamps get wrecked. So stamper beware. I'm just gonna cut out his tail so we can see how that might look in front of the moon. So this might be cool, put on a black cardstock or a silver cardstock or an orange cardstock like Halloween. Oh, Cynthia, I'm sorry. So would that show enough? Maybe it's too similar. Or you could kiss cut it and leave just a little white border. So this is why when I create, I end up getting so sidetracked. Like, oh, what if I do this? What if I do that? Does that happen to anybody else? Like, I'm like a dog chasing a squirrel. Like, I'm just like, oh, I could add this to this. We could do that. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I don't want to cut his tail off. Okay, so we could do another page where we have like the cat and the moon. I could cut the moon out. I could put it in a different direction. So we got options, people. That's not going to happen today. All right, let's date this one. So this is 09 10 25. Usually I just put the month and the year, but I just thought I'd put the date. So that might be interesting. And then we have this, which I'm really happy with that. I like that. Which one do you guys prefer? Do you prefer the Northern Lights one, or do you prefer the space one? Let me just bring it closer. Okay, let me just clip that on. Or I can even put the cat on here. So which one do you guys prefer? Do you prefer the Northern Lights alcohol ink print with the stencil? Or do you prefer the Space Jam Astronaut Lost in Space? let me know. And then we have these ones. We could put him on there. And then we have these that we tested. We have our moon. Belinda says both. Joanne says both. And then we have, when we got our stencil off, we wanted to use up the ink. So that was a rub off. And that looks very like Northern Lights, this part. That's kind of cool. That's the stencil. That's the stencil from PMR Studio. That's when we took the paint off. And that's when we took the paint off from the stencil. This is our baby wipe, our leftover baby wipe. You can attach these to cardstock and run them through the embosser, which is pretty cool. I have a video about that. So that was our wipe up baby wipe. This was the leftover alcohol from the stencil on the glassine paper, on the envelope. So I could cut that out and I could fold it into like a little bag or a little envelope. And then this was the leftover alcohol ink, just sprayed with alcohol, and then, well, no, put the stencil down, sprayed it with alcohol, put the, I don't think I sprayed it. I should have sprayed it first. This is just tissue paper, regular tissue paper, and then sprayed the surface. And then I think I lightly braided with over top of it, which could be why there's like a little bit of like darkness there. And then this we could rip up and put in a collage. So let's say, let me see if I cut this out. Okay, I'm going to cut out this moon. So this moon doesn't have any alcohol ink on it. It just has the baby powder resist. It's hard to cut out a circular shape freehand, but you know, it's okay. We'll just do our best. Okay, so we could take that. So that's going to go in our keeper portfolio. But we could glue this, we could glue that down. We could put the moon up there. And we could put our cat over here. Maybe we don't want to cover that up. Maybe we put the green on the bottom. Even though it was Northern Lights on the main print, maybe here it's grass. And then we can put the moon up there. There we go. There's a page. This baby wipe has to dry a bit more. And then I'll show you. So this alcohol ink should not be water reactive. So if I rub this with baby wipe, it shouldn't move. See, it doesn't move because it's alcohol ink. It's not, it doesn't react with water. See that? Well, it does a bit, I guess, but it's not smearing here. A bit of it's coming off on my baby wipe. Okay, well that was fun. I think I'll probably work on this little page for next time. We'll add that in here. If you want to see that cat stencil, that was just a cheap set that I think I got at my friend's garage sale. And it's an old stamp. It's called Catitude by Inka Dinka Doo. So I don't know. I don't think that's available anymore. But I'll give you the ISBN just in case. 725-718-97621-7. I don't know. The sevens on either side might not count. I'm not sure how to read those, but okay. Well, and I'm going to link that portfolio. You can't see the cat. You can't see him. He's right there. Do you see the cat? Here's the cat. Sorry, I'm waiting for the camera to catch up. Oh, you can't see him on there? I could outline him. So, I don't know. He might not end up on there. We'll see. Cynthia says they closed up shop about a year ago, and Shannon says she has that stamp. Cool. All right, so you can see him now. Okay. I think I went through almost everything I wanted to go through. So today we played with the alcohol inks. We played with Ranger alcohol inks, and we played with baby powder for resist. That's how we did this little section here. And I didn't get to using the pearlescent. So another time I'll use I'll do the pearlescent alcohol inks on the gel plate. We'll do something with that another time, not next week, but some other time. Thank you, Dar, for all the links. Thank you to all my mods. I think I need a glass of water, which is over on the other table. And I guess I'll see you guys next Wednesday at same time, same place. Be there, be square. And we're finishing 5 minutes early today instead of 5 minutes late. Unless anybody has another question for me. Let me know. I'm just going to wait just a couple seconds. Star Traveler likes the space one just a little bit more. I think I do too. I don't know. I like them both though, for different reasons. Okay, well, I guess that's it for me. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the thumbs ups. Thanks for sharing. If you share my video with other people, it helps other people find me and helps my algorithm, the algorithm. All right, and we only had a little bit of singing today, but you know, that's how she rolls. Okay, everybody, bye-bye. And then we have to take this off of the holder, so it's going to be a little bit tricky. And then we want to end the live stream. Bye-bye.